Quality education requires a healthy and enabling environment. For students to learn, they should have access to clean water, functional toilets, and be able to practice proper hygiene. Access to wash in schools, or WINS, is the right of every child, and schools are responsible in providing a healthy and conducive learning environment. WINS is one of the most basic aspects in ensuring that children are ready for learning. By addressing wash in schools, you are helping to prevent hygiene-related diseases, promote positive behavior and life skills, improve attendance and participation, help them thrive and learn better, promote gender equality, and affirm children's right to health and education. In a larger context, WINS contributes to realizing the Philippine government's strategy to accelerate human capital development. At the global level, WASH in schools supports the attainment of two of the Sustainable Development Goals, namely SDG 4, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education, and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all, and SDG 6, ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. To harness these potentials, the Philippine Department of Education released the Department Order No. 10, Series 2016, titled Policy and Guidelines for the Comprehensive Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene in Schools program in 2016.
Before I start, let me thank the TLE department, headed by their department head, Ma'am Teresa Nepomuceno, for giving me an opportunity to be one of the speakers for this year's Nutrition Month celebration with the theme, New Normal na Nutrisyon, Sama-sama ang Gawan ng Solusyon. A pleasant day to our dear Principal, Dr. Alvin D. Angus, to our master teachers, department heads, teachers, parents, who are watching, and also to our dear students who are joining us today. My name is Ma'am Nemalyn N. Hamulin, Ma'am Nems, one of the school clinicians and also Wash in School coordinator. Today, I am going to discuss about mental health awareness. COVID-19 is greatly affecting mental health of students. The students have been identified as a vulnerable group experiencing high levels of stress, anxiety, and depression affecting mental health. We shifted from face-to-face classes, then online classes, and now preparing to resume in-person classes in full capacity this year. The fear, anxiety of contracting the virus, change in regular daily routine, decrease of social support from school peers, and suspension of physical classes add burden to the mental well-being of children. Let us now define health. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. This is according to the definition of the World Health Organization. There are different components of health. First one is the physical health. It is the overall physical condition of a living organism at a given time. It is the soundness of the body, freedom from disease or abnormality, and the condition of optimal well-being. It is when the body is functioning as it was designed to function. It means that your physical health today may be different tomorrow or in the next few days. Example, kung kayo ay may COVID-19, kayo ay nawawalan ng panlasa o kaya ng pang-amoy. Dahil naman sa ating online classes, ay nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na eye strain na nagdudulot upang tumaas ang grado ng ating mga mata. Ano nga ba ang mental health? It is the state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities. An individual can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. As a student, you are in your peak of productivity dahil kayo ay nakafocus sa inyong pag-aaral. Kung kayo ay may mental health problem, it will affect your performance. Palagi ninyong tatandaan na tayo ay laging may stress sa buhay. Ito lamang ay depende kung paano natin i-handle ang ating mga stress. It only shows that there are many factors affecting our mental health. Hindi natin matatanggal ang negative results, pero mababawasan natin ang epekto sa atin. Dapat marunong tayong mag-recognize ng ating mga nararamdaman. Are we anxious, worried, depressed, nervous, stressed, afraid, tense, or lonely? Dapat alam natin kung ano ang nagkukos ng ating depression upang malaman din natin kung ano ang maaari nating gawin upang maiwasan ito. We will be meeting two different students. Let us listen to their problems. We all have mental health.
You can't tell how someone feels just by looking at them or what they share online. To the outside world, our lives may look perfect, even if in reality they aren't. I'm always worrying about doing well at school, and with the end of year test coming up, I'm not sure how much longer I can cope. My thoughts swarm around my head, sometimes keeping me up all night. Some days it's just all too much, and I feel like I'm lost in space. When I did badly on one of my tests, I just about kept it together until I got home. Then I broke down crying in front of my mum.
Most of us only ever share the good things. We don't like to share how we really feel. Every morning when I wake up, negative thoughts stream through my head. Getting out of bed and pretending I'm okay takes all the energy I have. As the day goes on, the negative thoughts turn from a stream into a river. The water rushes through my head so loudly it's hard to concentrate in lessons. And some days it's so bad it feels like a waterfall that's trying to pull me over the edge. Everything is so overwhelming. I didn't think my friends would understand if I told them how down I was feeling. But when Sasha opened up to me about how stressed she was feeling, I told her. I wasn't sure how to bring up how I'd been feeling, so I started by saying that I didn't feel like myself. Just her listening made me feel like she understood. She told me some things that had helped her, so I tried them too, but it didn't make much of a difference. Even when I tried to be around my friends, I felt alone. The things I used to enjoy weren't fun anymore.
Ang nakita natin ay ang mga estudyanteng sina Sasha at Andre. According to Sasha's story, she is worrying about doing well in school. When she failed, she will just cry at home. In Andre's story, we don't really share what we really feel. We only share good things. There are negative thoughts in our heads. Even in school, it is hard for you to concentrate. You don't know if your friends will understand how down you are feeling. Let us find out how they deal with their mental health problems.
She listened for a bit, and then she told me that, just like physical health, we all have mental health. It's our feelings, our thinking, our emotions, and our moods. She then said that feeling down, angry, and stressed is a normal part of life. Just like it's normal to feel happy, confident, and carefree sometimes. We all have positive and negative emotions that come and go based on what's happening around us. These are everyday feelings. Good mental health means experiencing negative emotions. It's not always about being happy. Mum can relate to the feelings of stress. So when Mum suggested I take a break from everything and do something I enjoy, I actually took her advice. So I made myself a hot chocolate, snuggled up in a duvet and watched a film. And you know what? Afterwards I felt so much better. Mum should take her own advice. I was really worried about Andre and not sure what to do. He was quiet and wasn't hanging out with us like he used to. So I asked our head of year for some advice. He suggested I get Andre to speak to him since his negative feelings weren't going away.
I didn't want to speak to our head of year, but I also didn't want to keep feeling so down, so I went. He said that sometimes we have overwhelming feelings that can be more intense than our everyday feelings. These feelings hang around for a long time and change the way we feel, think, and behave. They can stop us doing what we want to in life. That's what I was going through. He also said that if we're physically unwell, we let people know, we ask for help. It should be no different with mental health. Sometimes our overwhelming feelings are brought on because of things in our life. Sometimes they happen for no reason at all. After hearing this, I felt much less alone and it felt good to talk. Scientists have found exercise can help when you're feeling low, so our head of year encouraged me to sign up to the school football club, which Sasha was already in. I still have days when the river is there, but now I'm beginning to understand my mental health. I'm learning how to cope. Our head of year reminded me that my friends, family, teachers, and lots of others at school are there to help just as much as he is. I had no idea the people around me could be so understanding. And while it's not always easy to talk about my mental health, the person I'm talking to might be able to help. If you don't feel like talking, that's fine. You could try writing, sports, reading, art, music, playing with your pet, whatever makes you feel better.
If you're the person someone talks to when they're struggling, just listen with no pressure or judgments. You don't have to have the answer. If you feel unsure about anything, you can speak to a trusted adult. Talking about mental health doesn't have to be difficult. After all, it's something we all have.
In Sasha's story, her mother listens to her. It is normal to feel down, angry, and stressed. We all have positive and negative emotions. We heard from Andre's story that overwhelming feelings affect what we do, sometimes with no reason at all. So you have to learn how to cope. Do what you love. Good mental health means experiencing negative emotions. So just relax. Since most of us are struggling from our mental health, I would like to give you tips to boost mental health and wellness amid COVID. Relax. Regulate social media utilization. Kung may gagawing modules, huwag hahawak ng cellphones. Take a break if you need to avoid stress. Manage your time properly. Importanteng maglaan ng break at ipahinga ang utak. Improve your sleep. Have a proper 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Poor sleep leads to worrying, It will leave you feeling irritable and exhausted. Eat healthy. Eating a nutritious food, well-balanced diet can help you manage your stress and anxiety. Our gastrointestinal tract is often called the second brain. Eating healthy food promotes the growth of good bacteria, which in turn positively affects the brain to receive positive messages, and your emotions reflect it. Be active and exercise regularly. Spend time with nature. Breathe some fresh air. It can generate positive emotions. Sunlight is healthy. Exposure to sunlight can boost mood and make you feel calm and focused. Keep up with household chores. It can boost your mood and reduce anxiety. Connect with others. Avoid loneliness and unpleasant feelings. Socialize with people that you love being around to help you feel better. A support network of teachers, family members, and friends can reduce feelings of isolation. Dahil kayo ay nasa bahay ng mas madalas, good parenting is a must during the pandemic. Parents should listen to their child's difficulties. Volunteer. Just listen if you have a friend struggling in their mental health. Hindi dapat maging hadlang ang distansya upang tayo ay magbigay care sa iba. Mga musta, at kayo ay makakatulong sa kanilang mental well-being. Take help from others. Consult a professional. Sino man sa inyong kakilala ang nangangailangang makipag-usap sa isang mental health professional? Tumawag sa mga sumusunod na numero ng National Center for Mental Health. Always remember that your mental health and well-being are just as important as your physical health. Ang mental health ay mahalaga sa ating pangkabuuan at individual na abilidad. Huwag kakalimutang alagaan ang ating mental health tulad ng pag-aalaga natin sa ating physical health. Healthy body plus healthy mind equals healthy human. Self-care. Alagaan natin ang ating mga sarili. I hope you learned about mental health.
Sa ating pagkain, dapat natin sundin ang 10 Commandments.
Alam niyo ba ang sarap kumain kapag masustansya ang kinakain natin? Utos yan ng 10 Commandments. Commandment number 1. Kumain ng iba't ibang pagkain. Para makuha ng katawan natin ang iba't ibang sustansya. Nandiyan ang carbohydrates, calcium, iron, protein at vitamins.
Commandment number 2. Sa unang 6 months ni baby, breastfeeding lamang. Mula 6 months, bigyan din siya ng ibang angkop na pagkain dahil nalulubos ni baby ang nutrisyon.
Diba ako nang meron sa prutas at gulay na makakatulong sa pagpapalakas ng ating resistensya? Well, ayon sa research, ito ay mayaman sa bitamina at mineral. Kaya naman, ang utos ng Commandments number 3, kumain ng gulay at prutas araw-araw.
Commandments number 4, kumain ng isda, karne, at iba pang pagkain may protina. Ang galing kaya nito, lalo na para sa mga bata, mas nalulubos ang kanilang pag-ibig.
Kumain Men's number 5. Kumain ng mga pagkaing mayayaman sa calcium, gaya ng gatas, keso, itlog, sardinas, matadahong gulay, at sitaw.
Alam niyo ba na ang ating katawan ay 60% nito ay tubig? Kaya tayo ay kinakailangan uminom ng 8 hanggang 10 baso bawat araw. Kaya tatandaan, kumain Men's number 6, uminom ng malinis na tubig.
Karamihan sa atin, kapag nagluluto, tinitimplahan natin para ito ay magkaroon ng lasa. Kung gagamitan natin ng asin, kaya isa-isip natin ang kumain Men's number 7. Iodized salt ang ating gamitin dahil ito ay may iodine. Maganda ito lalo na sa mga buntis. Malubos ang mental and physical development ng baby. At 𝙘𝙡𝙩 din.
Kumain number 8. Hinay-hinay sa maalat, mamantika at matatamis tulad ng chips, fries at cakes. Ito ay masasarap ngunit nakapagdulot ng iba't ibang sakit pag sumobra sa pagkain.
Kumain Men's number 9. Panatilihin ang tamang timbang. Kumain lamang ng sapat na dami ng pagkain at mag-ehersisyo. Kumain Men's number 10. Maging aktibo, iwasan ang alak, huwag manigarilyo. Sa panahon ng pandemya, new normal na nutrisyon, sama-samang gawa ng solusyon.
at mabuting tao, yan katangiang tinataglay ko. Karangalan mula sa'yo. Mataas na parang Chinito sa mora, minamahal naming eskwela. Saang ikaw ay ina, dala mo ay ilaw at pag-asa. Ngayon ay kayang-kayang abutin, abot kamay na pangarap namin. Habang buhay, ipagpapasalamat sa alma mater